dog drowned in the water. Bell would trip, piranha feasted on a full stomach.
Hey guys, welcome back and welcome to summer. I don't know if it's like officially summer. I think that starts later on in June, but here in Arizona, we are getting some warm weather. The kids are officially out of school, so I'm officially considering this summer and we are going to decorate our house today. I have a lot of decor that I've used for the last several years. I've also thrifted some fun little pieces and I have a couple DIYs that will save a lot of money. We do need to get the kitchen cleaned up and then we'll start undecorating and doing the whole thing, but I am so excited. I went to Hobby Lobby the other day and they had like 3 or 4 aisles of fall decor, and I saw a ton of boxes of Christmas decor and like 1 aisle of Christmas. And I was like, it's literally May at this moment, almost June, but still it's just happening so quick. I'm definitely not even in the mode for getting ready for fall at all, but I am in the mode for summer, so let's do this. I wanna hear you say Also, I did just get a big Thrive order delivered, so as soon as we get all the counters cleaned and everything, I will share my new Thrive order. I am so excited to be teaming up with Thrive again for today's video, but let's get it cleaned in first. Oh my gosh, I am so ready for summer. Even though we live here in Phoenix, Arizona, I just love the weather here, and specifically in the summer, it's my favorite time of year. So I cannot wait for the weather to heat up even more. I'm looking forward to those triple digits, and it's always so inspiring and so fun to me to decorate for the seasons, because then you can start to create that vibe in your house, even if the weather is not quite where you're wanting. Like I know up in Montana, it just literally snowed a few weeks ago in the middle of May. So I'm sure my mom could use a little summer decor in her home to kind of bring that summer vibe inside. But anyway, as I'm cleaning up our kitchen real quick, I wanted to remind you guys about our big announcement that we shared in last week's video and also over on our vlog channel. But Kyle and I are starting a brand new home makeover series called Room Rescue, where we are actually going into subscribers' homes to rescue the rooms that are just causing a lot of struggle and just not functioning well. So if you live local to us here in the Phoenix, Arizona area, and you have a room that you would love to get a makeover on, go ahead and email us at roomrescue@pagestudios.net. I will have all the information for this down in the description box, so definitely check that out. But we've already gotten so many emails coming in, and we cannot wait to connect with more of you and get rolling on the Room Rescue series. I think it's going to be incredible. If you are unfamiliar with Thrive Market, they are an online membership-based grocery store where you can find lots and lots of amazing and high quality foods. I've been able to find a lot of new brands that I didn't know about. I've been able to make a lot of healthier swaps, and it's just been incredible. And I actually just recently shared more about my keto journey over on our vlog channel. I'll link that video down below for you guys. But I have now lost 36 pounds, and Thrive has definitely been an amazing asset to that, because when you're starting a new way of eating or a new lifestyle, you don't always know what to get. But whether you're eating gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, keto, paleo, you can just click on the drop-down menu and search whatever dietary needs you have, and then you can find different items that normally you might not have noticed. So that's been amazing. Also, we've been able to find a lot of pantry staples. I've also found a lot of healthier swaps and healthier snack options for the kids. And I actually have not ordered ordered any of their frozen items yet, but they do have them. So they're kind of broadening what they offer on their site. Now the Thrive Market membership will cost either $12 a month, or you can pay an annual membership fee of $60, which breaks down to $5 a month. That's what I do. It's just a lot cheaper and easier, but they gave me a discount code to share with you guys. So I will have my link right here on the screen as well as down in the pinned comment, and that will get you 30% off your entire first order, as well as a free gift up to $60. And on top of that discount, they are actually running their summer essentials sale right now, so you can get even more of a discounted price on all the things that you want. But if you have ordered from Thrive Market before, definitely let me know any suggestions, any favorites that you have, and I will go ahead and add them to my next box, because it's always fun to try new things. I love Thrive Market so much. We have been ordering them for most of this year, and I have just been so grateful. I love all the new finds, and especially if you have some kind of dietary needs, it's really nice and easy to just find new ways of eating and find kind of new items that you can try out. So anyway, make sure that you check out that link, and without further ado, let's get into all of the undecorating and DIYs.
I get so caught up in the middle, thinking of drowning.
Okay, so before we start undecorating everything and like wiping down the shelves, I want to just go ahead and get this done. So I actually want to change out our table centerpiece, and I want to put these two bowls or planters on the table, but I want them to be full of useful stuff. So I'm picking two herbs that I researched and they should do well inside. I'm gonna put mint in one, and I'm going to put chives in one. One, it'll be really pretty. It'll kind of fill out the table a little bit better, but it's also going to add function. And then, you know, all those stacking boxes that you always see all over social media, and they're so beautiful. You can store things in them. You can just use them as decor. Well, I wanted to get some too, but they can be so expensive. And especially because they're just sitting there, I couldn't justify spending a whole lot of money on them. So I actually found these little gift boxes. Don't laugh at this one, but they have a little magnetic closure right there. They were $6 each. This one was $6, and then this one was actually $6 on clearance. But they have this really pretty shape on the bottom, and I'm going to paint them and then actually see if I can add like some texture or something just to add a little bit more interest to them. And for $12 instead of $40 or $50, I'm gonna get two really good size stackable boxes that I can use for years to come. They'll add function, they'll add texture, and it'll just kind of add to the whole look. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with all of this, and then we'll start working on actually taking down the spring decor. I can hide. So to start out, just because this is cardboard, I'm actually going to spray it inside and out with this clear coat, just to kind of protect, so that it makes sure the cardboard doesn't actually absorb a lot of the paint. And then I think I'm just gonna use this Dixie Belle chalk mineral paint. This is super forgiving, and I think the color is really pretty, and it'll just kind of add to the shelves. And I can always repaint it if I want, especially with spray paint. It's super easy, but I think this little clear coat is gonna make a big difference. You'll see in a little bit, but these actually ended up turning out so cute. I was so excited for this little project just because I really wanted some of those boxes, but it's hard to justify the prices of some of these home decor pieces. Now, I will say I do actually think that I want to go back later on and actually repaint them just a little bit, just to add a little bit more dimension, because these are definitely more like one note right now. But for taking a matter of like 10 minutes to paint these and then letting them dry, I was so happy with how these turned out. These are the plants I got. I originally was wanting cilantro and chives because I use those probably the most, but I looked up which plants do well inside, and cilantro was not on that list, so I didn't do cilantro. So then I went for chives and mint. I could not find chives anywhere, so I went with rosemary. I don't use rosemary as often, but I love rosemary, and I do add it in to quite a few things. Honestly, it's just so aromatic. It smells so good. So I have some rosemary plants to put in one pot, and then some mint to put in another. Mint just smells so good. There was actually a mint bush right outside the gate of my elementary school. I remember like as kids we'd go like grab the mint. It was just a wild mint bush, and we'd just grab the mint and like smell it. It always takes me back to there. So anyway, let me grab my soil. Especially since our kids are all school age, so they're a little bit older. Summertime is such a different feel in our home because during the day, during the school year, our home is a lot more quiet. I'm able to get a lot more done and just stay focused. But during the summertime, all our kids are home all the time. We kind of don't really do a lot of camps and things like that. Occasionally, we might, but typically our kids are just kind of home with us unless if they have play dates or, they're going to hang out with a friend or something, or we have something specific planned. But I've definitely learned over the years, if you're able to really just embrace whatever situation you're in, things just go so much smoother. So for example, having all the kids home, I just include them in little things that I'm doing, whether I'm working or I'm doing some meal prep, or even I'm just doing some deep cleaning or something. I will try to include the kids, or at least ask them if they want to participate in whatever I'm doing. And a lot of times they will because they think they're bored, But for example, when I was potting these plants, I saw Liam walking by. So I was like, hey, you want to come pot these with me? And he was so excited to come be a part of this. And while he was helping me pot these, he was telling me little things that he had learned about plants and watering them. And it turned into being like really sweet moments between us. Nothing big happened, but if you have kids over the summer, invite them to do these things that really aren't very exciting that you have to get done anyway. I bet they will be a lot more interested in helping you out than you would actually think that they might be.
Of a notion that I could be brave. Is there anything good on the radio? Turn it up loud and let me know.
All right, moving into the living room. This actually stays fairly tidy, I would say, because we are doing our 1 to 2 time a day family pickups. But I wanted to point out our coffee table. If you remember just recently, actually in last week's video, I darkened this a little bit with the Retikit products, and I've been loving the darkness of it. I'm still not 1000% sure that I don't want to do anything else to it, but I'm definitely happier with how it is at the moment than I was before I darkened it. But honestly, that's just very me to be a little unsure about everything I do. It's just the way I am, I guess. But once I got the living room kind of tidied up, I went ahead and just started pulling down all of the decor. Now, this is one of the tips that I share with you guys all the time, and that is especially if you are reusing a lot of your existing decor, but you want things to feel fresh and new, is to go ahead and take all of your decor down. So if you're styling a shelf, or you're styling a console table, go ahead and remove all of your decor from that area, even if you're not adding anything new, but simply changing up the position of your decor and which pairings you're styling together and things like that. That can actually make a bigger difference than you realize, and it can do a lot in actually freshening up your space. I've been doing my best to just kind of move a little bit slower, I guess, or even if it's not slower, just being more intentional with things. So for example, on this day, as I was decorating our shelves and decorating for summer, I wanted to smell something really fun and fresh. So I took the extra 1 or 2 minutes and lit up our diffuser. And then the entire time that I was decorating, it smelled so good in the room. So I really would encourage you today, as you go throughout your day, if you're home, if you're at work, do a little tiny thing to kind of help you enjoy your moments a little bit more. Even if you're not doing anything exciting, it can make a big difference just how you kind of romanticize your day. Also, I just wanted to mention about that diffuser. That one I actually got from Mercari a few years ago, but if you get that diffuser brand new, it is very expensive. But I actually found a diffuser that looks just like it for about $30 or $40, I can't remember now, but I got it and I put that one upstairs, and it's definitely a look for less, and it really works just the same.
Nothing makes me feel like the way you do.
Okay, so most of my decor that I'm going to be using is stuff that I already had, but I have been thrifting over the last like month or so. So I'm going to show you the new pieces I got. I am so excited. I love them so much. Let me go grab them. All right, I have all the decor pulled out. Like I said, most of the new things are actually thrifted. And then I did get a few things with an Amazon and Walmart gift card I had. And then everything else will just be kind of pulled from decor I already had. I have some in the guest room, so I'll kind of pull from that if I need something else. But before we get started actually decorating, I want to show you guys how the boxes turned out. I think they turned out really cute. They're very simple right now, so I might go in later and add something, like add a little bit more texture, maybe another paint color on top of this, kind of splotch it on. I think for now I'm gonna leave it, but I have these extra pulls. They're just old drawer pulls that I had from another project that I did a long time ago. And so I'm like, I could put that on, I would just like super glue them or hot glue them, I think, onto here. But I'll show you kind of what they look like up close without them and with them, and let me know in the comments. Do you think I should add the drawer pulls or leave them?
I feel so feeling good vibrations, like an 808 sensation. Heaven on earth is a place, and that's my destination. You know I've been making my way up. I don't need coffee to stay up. Sky is the limit, let's see how far that this could take us. Dropping into the sunset.
You'll notice as I'm decorating for summer this time, I definitely went a little bit more moody. I felt like I kind of added in some darker pieces than I typically do for summer, but I just wanted to add that moodiness. I don't know why, it was just kind of the vibe I was feeling. And also I have been really loving like finding vintage decor as I'm thrifting and things like that. And a lot of those pieces kind of give off that moody vibe. So I think that was another reason I was kind of leaning into that a little bit more. But as you're decorating, a few things to keep in mind is anytime that you decorate in sets of 3, it will look more aesthetically pleasing and it kind of looks more intentional that way. And then also paying attention to the height of the item, like you want to kind of distribute the height across the different shelves. And as you place things on your shelves, make sure to step back every now and then and just see how it looks as a whole, because there are sometimes I would be up close and thinking, oh yeah, this looks really good. And then as soon as I step back, I'm like, yeah, that's not it. It's missing something. So take a step back and kind of pay attention to it, and then just change things up until you like how it looks.
Dropping into the sunset, turn the music up loud.
Also, isn't this so cool? It just makes me so excited. This entire shelf, aside from the 2 coffee table books, everything on here is thrifted. So I probably spent under $20 on everything for this whole shelf. Anyway, that just always makes me excited. But another thing that I like to do, especially when it comes to decorating for summer, is I love to add lots and lots of greenery, because I feel like in the spring you have a ton of florals and everything, but in the summer some of the florals have died off and you start getting fruit and you get a lot of lush greenery. So that's kind of how I like to subtly decorate for summer. I'm not super big on decorating really in your face obvious things. Like I don't put out a tray of lemons or 4th of July decor, or at least if I do, it might be, like a towel or something here and there, but I'm not decorating my whole house that way. And so with that, I more decorate with the colors and kind of by changing up the greenery that I choose. Now, another thing that I've loved to do recently is I've started to style in more functional decor, which is a little bit trickier to do. But for example, that little box that has the deck on top, that's actually a domino set. I don't know how to play dominoes, so I have to look that up, but that was a really cool vintage piece that I found. And it's great because it doubles as decor, but it's also really nice and convenient just right in front of us. And then I have my little easel that I also thrifted for like $1, but you can find those at Michael's or really anywhere. I painted that, and then I have our marble chessboard. That one was a little bit more of an investment. That was around $50, but it's something that looks really pretty on the shelves, styled like all year round pretty much. And it's something that's functional. Like Liam and I pulled it out just the other day and we were just playing a game of chess, and then we were able to put it back on the shelves and style it again, and it looks really pretty. And I can almost guarantee that we wouldn't have gone and just started playing chess if it wasn't just sitting there right in front of us. Okay, this is another one of my very favorite budget-friendly decorating tips for every season. So if you go on Etsy, you can buy digital downloads for dollars, like just $1 or $2 usually. You go to a place like Walgreens, print them out in 8x10 sizing, and then I just store all of my pictures in this little binder that I thrifted a while back, and you can very quickly and simply change out your frames, and all of a sudden you have decor that costs you just a few dollars, and you can keep reusing that season after season. Also, something that I just started doing this spring was styling our pictures and our frames on these easels. It's nice because it can kind of add a little bit of extra height and also just a little bit of extra texture and interest. And then here are those DIY boxes that I just finished. I'm sure you can see what I'm talking about. They're just like very one note. So I definitely want to add a few more colors of paint, just kind of subtle, and add a little bit more texture to that. But it's awesome that these cost me like $12. They're totally functional and they're super pretty.
We keep keeping on. We're the dreamers. We push through the darkness with all that we've got. We keep keeping on. But oh mama, we've made it to the other side singing. Oh
next area, I'm gonna come back into the living room and I have one pillow cover that I wanna change, and I wanna kind of restyle the coffee table. But for now, we're gonna work in the dining room area. So I am going to change out the centerpiece in here. I a lot of times don't do a centerpiece, but I have since like Christmas, fall time, and it has been fun, but I'm lacking the function on the table. So now we're gonna add in those pots of herbs that we made earlier. This has been one of my the things that I'm most excited about. I just think this is so pretty, and it's gonna add such a pretty light over here. We'll probably put it on like an automated switch that'll just turn on and off during sunset hours.
Keep climbing until we're on top. Leave the shadows below.
This lamp has been one of my favorite things. I love the light that it adds into our dining room. And a lot of times I feel like our dining room actually is a little bit dark, especially in the evening. So we have now put this on an automatic switch so it turns on and off with sunset and off around like 10 or 11 at night. And it's just so nice to have like that little glow coming from the kitchen area. Now moving over into the actual kitchen, this is the area on the counter right next to our trash can. And honestly, I never do anything right here. I'm not really prepping over here. I'm usually prepping either right next to the stove or on the island. So this area I thought would be perfect to actually style a few decor pieces. I have some really pretty cutting boards, and then I just have an olive plant and this cute scalloped riser that I got from Kohl's, and then just a favorite candle. I didn't want to do anything too much over here, but I wanted to add a little warmth in the kitchen, and I thought this definitely did the trick. Now on the coffee table, I'm really not changing a whole lot up. If I had some different florals, I would totally add those in, but these really kind of work for summer and spring. But again, with leaning into that moodiness a little more, I just changed out this lighter vessel for one of the darker ones that I had thrifted, and then I changed out my coasters for a different set that I had and added a new candle. And that's pretty much it, but I love how it turned out.
A rabid dog drowned in the water. Power trip, piranha feasted on a full stomach.
All right, and then last but not least, one of my, again, go-to budget-friendly tips for decorating for the seasons is changing out your pillow covers. This is amazing at how much it can change your space. Also, when you fold your pillow in half like this, it's way easier to get it in. Just make sure you line up the corners. But you can do this for all the different seasons. You can change things up as your style changes. Often these pillow covers are under $10 each, and it's nice because when you store them away, you don't have to store anything big and bulky. It's just something you can fold up and kind of stash in the closet.
Paper, hallelujah, heal the sick man, feed the children, praise the maker of a made-up way.
All right, I'm gonna show you how everything's looking, but first I wanted to share a really simple sugar scrub. It's perfect for summer, especially if your hands get really dry. This is just a small little mason jar, but you can double, triple this recipe, whatever. You can also even make this as gifts, really any time of the year, especially if you just change out like what scent essential oil, like if you wanna make a minty one for Christmas or, you know, whatever, you can kind of customize it. So you're gonna need sugar, coconut oil, vanilla extract, and then whatever scent essential oil you want. This one is from Simply Earth, it's lava, but this one has like a lot of citrus flavors, or citrus scents I should say, and a little bit of woodsy smells. It's super good. So you're gonna start in a bowl, just do 3/4 cup of sugar, and this is sugar in the raw, so it's actually going to be a little bit grittier, which I like. I feel like it's perfect for a sugar scrub because then you get a little extra grit. Then you're going to add in 1/4 cup of coconut oil. Now ours is not super hard, but if yours is very cold and kind of hard, you can pop this in the microwave for a second. I'm just gonna keep it like this and kind of mix it up myself. Then you're just going to add in about a teaspoon of vanilla extract, doing a little less than a capful, just to get that yummy scent. And then you're going to add in about 10 drops of your essential oil, or again, however much or little you want. 8, 9, 10. I added about 15. And it should just look like that. And literally you just mix it all up and you're good to go. Now, if you melted your coconut oil in the microwave for just like 15-20 seconds, this will be a lot easier to mix, but it'll be really soupy. But as it cools, it will kind of solidify a little bit more. Mine is fairly soft, so it's blending up really nice. That smells so good. And then when you put it in your hands, just kind of scrub it into your hands, rinse it off, and your hands will be exfoliated, and they'll also feel a lot more moisturized, which is so perfect for the summer. So again, this is sugar in the raw, so mine's kind of like a brown color. If you're using white cane sugar, that's totally fine. It just will look probably less like sand, but mine kind of looks sandy, but it'll all work the same.
Children, praise the maker of a made-up world. Kiss the feet and hands of a preacher man just to catch a glimpse of God.
All right, you guys, the house is all decorated for summer. Let me know in the comments what you think of everything. What are your thoughts on the more moody decor? Do you like it being a lot more bright and colorful for summer, or are you kind of getting the vibe I'm going with? It's definitely a little bit different than I typically do for summer, but honestly, I just love it so much. It's just kind of made me really excited for the season, but I still did add a lot of the lighter decor as well. Also, I just wanted to remind you guys about the Room Rescue new series that we are starting out on. I am actually going to be decluttering our storage unit this week, and I am honestly not looking forward to it at all because it is a complete disaster. So that's going to be a whole thing. But in order to do our room rescue very efficiently, we definitely need that space to be working for us and not against us. So that will be next week's video. Make sure you stay tuned for that because I know that's going to give you guys so much motivation, and I know it'll motivate me when I'm having to share all of that craziness. I'm gonna have to give you guys some good after shots so that I can feel accomplished in it. Now, I also wanted to remind you to check out Thrive Market. If you have not ever ordered from them, you will love them just as much as we do. They are amazing, and especially with their sale going on right now, along with my discount code that I have down below, you will be able to save so much money on some amazing things. As always, thank you so much for being here. If you're not already part of the family, make sure you subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.